What's up, everybody?
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome to the third episode of Level Up Lounge. We finally have the full crew along with us, as usual.
That starting music is amazing. I was dancing so hard back here.
So, all right, before introductions,
This is the first time you've heard it.
That is the first time I've heard it. I'm just jamming out. I'm like,
so Deadly is on for the first time this week. So, Deadly, you want to know something pretty impressive? Well, I found it very impressive, actually. Ian made that.
You made that?
I made the opener. I didn't make the song.
No, he didn't make the song, but yeah, he made like the what we're looking at.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
The flickering was cool. That was just like messing with the opacity really quick.
Bro, like strobe lights.
Yeah, I definitely would not be able to do it. So
wait a second. Yeah. Wait. Real quick. So I see a caster's corner. I see a cardboard and coffee. What am I?
You didn't put anything. You're a co-founder of Caster's Corner.
You go up your bedroom.
This is my bedroom.
I don't know.
That's where I sleep.
Plug
That's
your
where I sit in the corner.
Little kitty lover.
Plug your wherever you upload your emo acoustic songs to.
Right here.
Hey, no. Those are good, especially the shirtless ones.
Those are actually all deleted. Thank you very much. I deleted all of them. I'm starting a new whole like let's get rid of 2018 and let's start paying attention to 2023. It's old, bro, and like I feel like I've gotten better, so I've just let me get the old stuff.
Will there be more shirtless?
I can take it over right now. I mean, there might be. Just depends on where I'm at, what I was doing, mood I'm in.
Fuck shirts today.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the third episode of Level Up Lounge. I'm Matt.
I'm Ian.
That's Deadly. That's Ian. So yeah, we got a couple things planned for you this week, but something that was not planned for this week that I'm actually going to start the episode with before we get into what I told you just now we were going to start the episode with, Ian.
Yeah.
Is on the first episode, we kind of went into my gaming history a little bit, your gaming history a little bit.
Yeah.
We did not get into any of Deadly's gaming history.
It wasn't there. Who cares?
So I'm just curious because I honestly don't know his full gaming history, and I've known Deadly like 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just know that you've played Magic, and then we played Metazoo, and we played some Pokemon. I was telling Ian about this before. We played some Pokemon online for a little bit, but we started from the very beginning. Video games, board games.
That's
TCGs.
where I was gonna. I know exactly where I'm going to start.
Go ahead, and let's hear it. I want to know. I want to know your gaming history, man.
Do you want to go really deep? We're going
as deep as you want to go, because again, this is all inclusive, so you can talk about anything.
Trading, not like trading cards, playing cards. Like basically, I would play with my mom, like War, Go Fish, stuff like that. And I'm talking like really, really young. But at the same time, video games started to become more available. Like obviously, you had the Ataris and stuff like that. I was a little bit too young for that. I started with a Super Nintendo, just a tad. Atari. Dude, we should go over this, like the generation of when the first video game came out to like our age. Not necessarily the first, because I know there was like Pong and stuff like that, but when we grew up, like when I was 1 year old, there were people playing video games. I just don't know exactly which one it was. It might have been Atari, right? I think.
I don't think I was alive when Super Nintendo came out, and it was my first
1989 it came out, I think.
I wasn't alive.
Yeah,
that was the year I was born.
That was, damn, you old as shit, bro.
I know. So I got one of those in 1994. I think, and I was playing it with my mom. My mom was really good at it. Super Mario, bro. She was good because I wasn't good. I mean, she would do things that I just couldn't do as a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
I know exactly what you mean. I had an older sister who then I very easily surpassed eventually, you know.
If my mom now, I'll destroy her.
My mom's a beast at Tetris, yo. My mom's a beast at Tetris.
My mom's good at word games. She's like queen of the key. That's what she is.
So after card games and Super Nintendo, where'd you go from there?
Game Boy. I had a big brick Game Boy. I had the gray one, which is kind of simultaneously at the same time as Super Nintendo. But I had the gray brick, and then I had a fuchsia color, which was really just like not color. It was just like pixelation that was like purple. It was like, I remember it was so funny because, they had color TVs at this time, but they didn't have color. Like the Game Boys and the video games weren't like as good. And when I got it, I was like, Dad, it's color. And he just looks at it. He's like, this isn't color. He's like, what is this? He's like, this is not color.
Yeah, we got ripped off.
Yeah, so you got Game Boy Color, then Game Boy Advance, and then N64, GameCube. I was Nintendo.
Game Boy Advance was dope, though. Game Boy Advance was
that was the greatest.
Freaking great console.
Yeah, that was a great step up. And then basically I went N64, and then after N64, I believe I had a GameCube. I straight Nintendo forever until I was actually older when I bought an Xbox 360 is where I started on like actual gaming systems, like Sony, whatever. And then I bought, I had the Xbox 360, and then I had PlayStation for a couple. Like I think I had PS4 and 5. There was only 2, so it was like Xbox. There was a couple years where and then if you want to get in real deep, you got Pokemon. Pokemon was in between there. Around the time I was playing Pikmin on GameCube. I remember this happening at the same time. We'd be like, I want to play Pokemon. And he's like, no, I want to play Pikmin. So there's that, Pokemon. And then I learned Magic, too, when I was about 13. Because my sister's boyfriend at the time just gave me a bunch of cards. And this is what I talk about, is I'm pretty sure he gave me beta stuff. And I sold it. And I sold my Pokemon cards. I'm telling you, there could have been a Lotus in there, dude. Who knows? Like, he gave it to me when I was 13.
I don't even play Magic, and I know what that stuff is.
I'm looking. I have like Black Ritual or whatever it was. I had one of those. I know I did. I see the pictures, and I'm like, I had those. It was like, I had that. I had this one. It sold for like $100, $300. I'm just like, silly. But they were in horrible condition. So, like, I sold it to the guy with my Pokemon cards around the time I was about 21. And then I took a hiatus on all video games and stuff. Maybe I guess I played like Black Ops for Xbox at Xbox at that point. And then I went to college, and then I had an extensive, education of the streets. And then after that, then I started, leveling out a little bit, and that's when I had an Xbox One, and then PlayStation 5, which broke, and I sold for basically retail. I paid $800 for it when it came out, man.
Jesus.
I paid double the price because you couldn't get it. It was during COVID. No one could get it.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. You got one before I got one.
I bought 2.
That's true.
Yeah.
I found a deal for one eventually, but it took a little while. But yeah, they were going for expensive in the beginning.
Yeah, $900, $800.
They were hard to get. Yeah, they were really hard to get.
Some people didn't care because if it's being sold for $800, there's somebody that's going to pay $1,000 for it if the demand is low, or the demand is high and the inventory is low.
Yeah, and there's still a chip shortage this far from that. It's crazy. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, my what is it? The digital card, the graphics card, dude. My PlayStation, the graphics card.
Oh yeah, your PlayStation broke twice.
Yeah, it broke, and then I sent it. They returned it, and then I went like, okay, so my dad passed away, and I went away for like months, came back, didn't pay attention to it, and then I was like, wait a second, this thing doesn't work. It was about a year, and they were like, your warranty's beat. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm never buying PlayStation ever again, and I'm going to hold them to that. I will never buy another PlayStation. You hear that? PlayStation.
So I sold my PlayStation because I no longer had a friend to play with anymore.
I know.
So
And
now I'm
PlayStation.
thinking about getting an Xbox Series S because they're only like $250 or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that's the move right now with that and Game Pass. I think that's
Yeah, you get debate. You basically like you get a better. There's a better subscription for Xbox than there is for PlayStation. It's like
There is.
cheaper, and you get more.
you get like all the hit games for free, basically. Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor, Xbox.
I wish.
I know.
But yeah, so anyway, getting into this week's topics, Ian, you finally opened some Pokemon, huh?
I did open some Pokemon. So I opened Obsidian Flames, which is the new set that just came out. I had one ETB pre-ordered. And then I found out that the ETBs are stacked, so I ordered a few more. So I opened 5 in total.
Nice.
And I can confirm that they are pretty stacked. So of the 5 I opened, I averaged 1.5 secret rares per ETB.
That's
One of the
nice.
packs actually had 2 in them, and I didn't pull a Charizard.
What?
Yeah, one of the packs had 2 secret rares. It was great.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't pull a Charizard, but I did pull some of my favorites, and I can show some of those off.
I would love to see them.
Do 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 do. Let me zoom. So I originally bought back in to Pokemon actually because of this card. So I wanted to, this is the ETB
that's
promo.
dope.
This is Charmander that wants to
real
eat.
nice.
It's like
That's real nice. I like that full art.
I'm gonna get you.
It reminds me of did you get in on any of the VMAX Climax set?
I have VMAX Climax, yeah.
I love that set. But they have those like trainer full arts and everything. It kind of reminds me of the art styles that were in some of those trainer cards.
Yeah, kinda actually.
I like that a lot.
Pokemon.
So
Here's a good topic. How many Pokemon are there? 151.
over 1,000 now.
Yeah.
There's 1,001, I think, now, or something like that. No, I think there's more than that.
I think there's just over 1,000. But
Yeah, it's just over 1,000.
for the secret rares I hit, so because the secret rares are not actually that rare with Obsidian Flames, they're really not that expensive to buy, or they're not worth much. But
They're cool though.
that I pulled. This is one of the 3 gold ones. The basic flame, a full art Poppy. I got 2 of these, so I left the other one out.
Nice. Oh, that's dope.
Palafin, I really like Palafin.
Palafin's a beast in the topic we're gonna get into later.
Varoom.
Nice. That's
But
dope
I don't know if these are
artwork.
good because I actually I was talking to you earlier. I just started playing Pokemon trading card game online today, so I'm starting to kind of learn how to play and get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
I got the Pidgeot.
Yo, that's fire.
I didn't
Deadly.
like it at first.
Deadly, look at that one.
Actually, I don't mind that one.
I didn't like it.
So
But,
I guess it does just have the key ones like from 151, but it has these weird ones.
And this is my favorite Pokemon from the new gen.
this is the card I was talking about last episode.
Do that again. Just move the card. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Rainbow stuff.
Rainbow stuff.
Look at it,
It's dope, right?
and it's like symmetrical. It's like it's not like some random like flashy thing. It's like happening in streaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
one of my
dope
favorites.
too.
The Cleffa.
I think they knew what they did with that. They did this
haven't seen
for
that.
videos like this.
Yeah. So there's the reflection of the Moonstone in the water, the ice,
That's
whatever.
fire.
whatever
Yeah.
And then my favorite.
Ninetales.
Just my favorite art of all of them is this Ninetales.
I don't know if it's my favorite art of all of them, but it's dope.
Well, I mean, you're biased.
No, that I don't think that's my favorite art. I
really?
think I like I think I like the Pidgey the best. The
Pidgeot?
Yep.
It's much more colorful. Like it's not like some of these are like
a little different
a bit
art.
more realistic.
It's so different art. Yeah, that's what I like about it. I like the simple. I like the simple.
Super detailed.
Yeah.
It's like a very, very intricate. But then Pidgeot is just like this kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like very.
So I was thinking about this yesterday because I watch all the Pokemon anime. I've watched all like Yu-Gi-Oh. I go back and rewatch them every now and then and stuff like that. And for me, they're just good shows to fall asleep to because like I don't care if I fall asleep and miss what's happening. I've already seen them before.
Yeah, you pick up right where you left off, and you're like, I know exactly where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. So like I don't care if it just keeps running while I fall asleep.
Right.
But I was like, should I put on the Netflix one that's like Journeys, or they have like something else, Master Journeys or something like that? I don't know. And I was like, or they have the original one over here, and I was like, I like the art so much better in the original one. And I think that has to do with why I like that Pidgeot better. It's just like it's like the thicker line, solid colors, not too much detail. I feel like they're doing a little too much nowadays.
When did they retire Ash?
They did retire Ash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about the new shows that are coming out last week, actually. Some of them look dope. I'm not going to lie. Deadly. One of them is about the trading card game.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think they dropped the
Like
first
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
episode of one of them.
That's strange.
It's going to be dope.
Well, what's the real world if there's just cards that are Pokemon?
We gotta watch it, dude.
Gotta watch it.
Well, there is a game now. Ian, have you heard of this one? I think it's only an online TCG. I might be wrong. But everything is a card. There's a card for everything. And
oh yeah, I think you're the one that showed it to me. I was playing it for a little bit.
So it could be something like that, or like, yeah, they're cards based off of what is actually in real life, and you're living among Pokemon as well, or something. Because I know that's kind of what you were asking, Deadly.
Yeah, I was wondering what their setup was going to be for that.
Yeah, I mean, they still wouldn't be allowed to use some things because of copyright. But.
Yeah, probably. But those are dope pulls, dude. So
yeah,
basically, moral of the story is if we're buying Obsidian Flames and we want secret rares, buy some ETBs.
No, actually, buy singles if you want the secret.
Okay.
Unless you're going to try to go for the Charizard. There's like 3 of them that are above like $20, maybe a little, maybe 4 of them. And I think 3 of them are Charizards.
Are there more than one Charizard? How many are there? Like the rainbow,
Charizard.
Gold. All right, what are they?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have them prepared, but they're
no. I mean, just tell me. I don't need to see them.
There's a VMAX one. There's a more crystallized VMAX one, and there's a golden VMAX one.
I like the crystallized one the best. That's the one I like the best.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the most rare of them, but that's my favorite of the artwork, I believe, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So, I want to get into Pokemon VGC. I've been wanting to talk about this since the first episode. It was going to be my first episode topic originally, but I kind of wanted Deadly there to talk about it because I've been trying to convince him to play this with me since Scarlet and Violet came out. Basically, so this is my first generation playing VGC. I've done online battles on Pokemon in previous games, like Sword and Shield before. Actually, I'm playing right now Brilliant Diamond. Just update for my Nintendo Switch gaming. I started Diamond like I said I would. I love it so far, actually. I know it got a lot of hate. It's the worst rated Pokemon game of all time, the remake of Diamond on Switch. But since I never played the original, I'm not comparing it to the original. It's just like my first time ever playing through it. And
Right.
I absolutely love it. And coming from playing Violet and going back and replaying Legends Arceus, it's refreshing to have like that old school gameplay again, where you're just like figuring it out, following like these paths, but there are some like mazes at the same time, and
Mhm.
you go in the dark caves and you can't see anything, and all that traditional stuff. The forest is annoying, the caves
Yep.
are annoying, all the old school Pokemon stuff. So it's a lot of fun. But and I'm only past the second. I'm in the town for the third gym, but I'm only past the second gym so
Okay.
far. I saved the game a few hours ago once I reached the town and spoke to a few people and did my thing. One side note that's a little weird about this game is you could go underground. It's kind of like the depths in like Tears
Oh
of
yeah.
the Kingdom.
And you like digging the walls and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. And you have like a little cell phone. I'm gonna call it that. I don't know what it. And you have like widgets, and you could use like the widgets to help you and stuff like that, like apps. Like, so it's like a little different too at the same time. But it's
What's
a lot
like
of fun.
is there anything different other than the basic so when you start the game, are
Mhm.
you starting as a choice of three? Are you starting as a choice of a couple, or is it like the first one you catch, or you get to choose?
So this is one of, I think this is what, the fourth gen or fifth gen. I think
It
it's one.
was fourth gen.
I think yeah.
Red, silver, ruby, pearl.
That might be right. Yeah, that might be right.
And then black and white, and then black and white 2, and the next
So it's one of the old school ones where you choose the first three, but how you get them is different. You don't just like wake up and like go to the lab because it's your birthday and you're getting a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's different how that happens.
Mhm.
But yes, you get the choice of the three.
Okay.
And I chose for the first time ever a water Pokemon to start. I usually am like Flame. Like Flame is my thing, but I didn't like the little monkey. I don't know. He didn't.
I like Grookey. Wait, no, monkey is Chimchar in that one.
Chimchar, yeah. He didn't pull at my heartstrings.
It's Chimchar.
So I liked the penguin better.
Oh, okay, 100%. I 100% agree with that. I forgot Piplup was part of that generation.
And yo, he's kicking ass. Let me tell you.
Then at that point, once you've chosen, the dynamic of the game is it very similar to run around, catch Pokemon, go to the store and buy Pokeballs, like stuff like that. You're just gaining stuff, but then also like you're just like running into trainers, battling, leveling up, then going to the gym, and then going to the next gym, and then there's some World Cup thing at the end. Like it's just like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got my fishing rod. I got my bike.
Yep. All that stuff.
Yep. It's literally like the old school one. It's just a newer gen. And then they revamped it with like this one for the Switch has new graphics. And it's like the chibi style, they call it for Nintendo.
Yep.
So I like it. I really do. The one thing I think that's weird though is it's chibi style, and then when you battle, it's not. When you're
Oh, really?
when you're in the battle, your player is like the way they are in like Sword and Shield and the other games. You know what I mean? Like they're like
I honestly don't remember that.
Yeah, so that's how it is. Just for like the cutscenes for the battles and stuff. Yeah, it's a little weird. So, but I'm really enjoying my playthrough of it so far. I'm 10 hours in. I should be further than I am, but I've just been enjoying myself. So, I'm like doing I'm getting every single Pokeball. I'm talking to every single person. So I'm like taking my time with it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I got a pretty cool party thanks to Pokemon Home. So I was 45 minutes into the game and I had 133 Pokemon logged into my Pokedex because of Pokemon Home. So I'm only able to control Pokemon up to level 30 though. So, but yeah, anyway, so Violet is that's the one I have for the Scarlet and Violet. So I'm just going to say Violet just because that's the one I'm used to. So for Pokemon Violet, that is where now the competitive play, if you're doing VGC, that's where that's happening. You can still do doubles battle, and I'm probably there's a ranked league and everything, even in Sword and Shield, but it doesn't count towards like Worlds. If you're going to compete in the ranked league for Worlds, and like that includes like there's regional championships for VGC, things like that. But what VGC is, it stands for Video Game Championship. I always say the wrong thing. I always say video game competition because it's the same thing to me. But it is literally just Pokemon's competitive league for their video games. And how it works is a lot different than what I thought it was. And that's kind of why I want to talk about it. And it's a lot of fun for me because I didn't know what it was. And at this time, I was very much into MetaZoo and TCGs and playing card games. And it's very similar to that. And the way your brain has to work to play VGC is the same exact way your brain has to work to play TCG. So it's a lot of fun. So the way it works is you make a team of 6 Pokemon the same way you would in the game. However, you only use 4 of them in battle. So you build your team, and I spoke about it a little bit in the first episode. You need to train your Pokemon, and you need to train them with IVs and EVs. And now that I've been playing and refreshing myself a little bit on this, Ian, I realized I was wrong with some of the stuff I said, but like I was giving the right information, but like the wrong specific details type of thing. Like I was saying berries when I should have been saying like mints or something like that. You know what I mean? But the concept is still the same. You need to train your Pokemon by using these items that you get throughout the game. If your Pokemon does not have the right IVs I get them confused. I'm a little dyslexic with this, but the one that it's born with, if the traits aren't best, that's what it would say when you're judging the Pokemon, and it's telling you for the 6 points, whether it's HP, speed, attack, special defense. It needs to say best for whatever one you want to be the best. If it's a trait that you're not using, for an example, like most fire Pokemon, they mainly use special attacks. They're not like punching people and like kicking people. They're like throwing fire at people, and that's a special attack. So I would do a nature on my Pokemon where my attack is high and my special attack is low because I don't care about that. And then I would want to make sure that my IVs and EVs are best for special attack, and I wouldn't even train it on its attack because I'm not even using it. There's no point. Like don't waste your resources on something you don't need, and it would increase some of those stats as well, and you don't even need that. Like if you like raise, let's say like it doesn't need a bottle cap, and you give it a bottle cap, so it goes from like a good trait to best trait. Now it's higher, and you don't even need that. It's just a waste of your bottle cap that's hard to get in the game. So you trained your Pokemon. You got 6 on a team. You go and you hop on the section of the game where you're going to do these battles, and now you get your opponent's 6 Pokemon right in front of your face, and you now got to go, oh shit, what do I want to use against their team? What do I think they're going to use against my team? And you now choose 4 Pokemon from your team of 6, and they come out 2 at a time. So you start the game with 2 Pokemon out. They start the game with 2 Pokemon out. So the first one you choose is the first one out. The second one you choose is the second one out. The other 2 are sitting on your bench waiting for you if you need to.
You can choose which one you want. Or do you have to assign the 4? So hypothetically, let me stop you.
You have to pick them before the match starts.
Okay, that was my question.
Yes. Yeah. So you see their list of Pokemon. They see your list of Pokemon. You have like 3 minutes to choose your 4, basically. Most of the time, within like 1 minute, everybody's good to go, and the match is starting. They do a little animation. Your 2 Pokemon come out. The first one comes out on the left. The second one on the right. Their Pokemon come out. Ba 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 ba. And it's weird. Like, there are moves that I've seen playing the Pokemon game, playing through the story and stuff. I'm like, what is the point of this move? Why do I need an attack, or why do I need this move to protect all allies? What does that mean? Well, now I get it. It's like there's a move where literally it'll protect him and the teammate. You know what I mean?
In a dual battle.
There's things that you could do to like combo off of each other, and it's cool. It's like totally different, and I wasn't prepared for it. Let me put it that way. So you could also, each Pokemon could hold an item in battle too. So like Rocky Helmet, if your Pokemon's holding Rocky Helmet and they attack you with a physical attack, bam, that helmet hurts you and it now does damage to them. Same thing goes as like everything else, like, water strong against fire, the usual stuff in that regard. And sometimes, and this is where like it's like the luck of like TCGs as well. Sometimes you get that critical hit where it does a little extra damage. Sometimes it doesn't. I use sometimes this Pokemon in the new generation, Mousehold, and he has an attack that could hit you up to 10 times. And I hold an item that tries to increase that power, where like increase the chances, I should say, of getting all 10 of those attacks to like hit you. But sometimes it only hits for 2, and you're like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that luck of the draw type of situation. And also, like, you don't know what you're going up against. There is a lot of meta, but there's a lot of people who don't care what the meta is, and they just play the Pokemon that they like.
Mm-hmm.
And they build a team that goes with those Pokemon. And if you're not prepared for it and you're only prepared for the meta, you're going to be screwed. So, like, you need to build a well-balanced team. You need to specifically build your Pokemon for that team, because it's not going to be the same every time. If you want to use Charizard on this team, you might need it built differently than Charizard on that team. So there are ways to reverse how you train your Pokemon as well. I should point that out. So, like, you don't have to like keep catching if you don't want to, and like keep trading to get. You can use the same Pokemon if you have stuff in your resources, in your item bag and everything like that. You can like edit it, basically edit its stats, and it's pretty easy to figure that out with like a quick Google search. But it's a lot of fun. Deadly, do you have any questions about it so far?
There was one I had. So you had spoken about how the Pokemon, you have 4 of them, and if one of them, or I guess all, so you started talking about the actual player being damaged. Is that a thing?
No. I'm sorry. It's each Pokemon. So you win by their team being dead. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard something, but I guess.
Yeah, that might have been just me misspeaking, which happens often. But so yeah, there are moves that attack both of the opponent's Pokemon, and there are moves, and I found this out the hard way a few times.
Attack both? 2 of them?
Yeah. And there are ones that'll attack yours as well.
Yep.
What do you mean yours as well?
So
like
a move that I use often in VGC on my team, Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Great example, powerful move. The ground rises, the ground shakes. If I have a Pokemon that's not immune to ground moves, it attacks everybody but the Pokemon that's attacking.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
I sometimes plan for that, and there's a move called Protect where you could use it, and it protects that Pokemon from being damaged the next turn. So I'll use Protect on my one Pokemon when I'm using Earthquake on my other, or Flying type are immune to that.
Yep.
They're flying above the ground. So a lot of times I have them paired with a Pokemon that's flying or a Pokemon that has the ability Levitate, which is also off the ground.
Yep.
That's something else. There's different abilities, and sometimes your Pokemon also has a hidden ability, and those abilities could change how your Pokemon is. A quick example that's from like old Pokemon games and everything is some Pokemon have Intimidate, and if you get in front of a Pokemon that has Intimidate, your like attack or like your defense or something like that gets lowered because like you're scared or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool, and you get to build your team how you want. And I'm currently building my team, and I'll get into that. Go ahead.
What about potions and stuff? What's the limit on like stuff like that, or is it just like you're none? There's no such thing anymore.
No, they exist in the game.
You're a potion.
Game, but when you're in VGC,
when you're in VGC.
If
you're just out there freeballing it with your Pokemon and their items. So common items include berries. Most common one is the Citrus berry. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. I very much likely am pronouncing that wrong. But the Citrus berry, once you get to, I believe it's like 30% or 30 HP, I'm sorry, it then replenishes up to like your 75% mark of HP. So you could be holding an item that your Pokemon could use during battle, and some of them include restoring health.
Does it take away from the attack?
Nope.
So it's like
there's another very common one are ones like Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Choice. There's ones called that, and what they do, depending on which one you choose, is this will increase your attack, or this will increase your defense, or this will increase your blah 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 by like 1.5% by X times 1.5. But you can only choose one move. The first move you choose is the only move you could choose. That's why it's called choice. You know what I mean? But like it makes your attack go from like a 100 attack to a 150 attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could build these Pokemon out and have them hold these items and do. It's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? It's just like building a deck. It's exactly like building a deck.
Gotcha.
But
that's what replaced basically like potions and like hyper heals and.
In this format, in the VGC format, yeah, kind of. It's your held items that you need to choose specifically.
Do you have these in the regular game?
What's that?
Do you have the held items in the regular game?
So you could use held items in the regular game, but the thing in the regular game, if you're using held items in the story, is once you use them, they're gone. Yeah. In VGC, you're holding the item, you use it during the battle and stuff like that. You get it when the battle's over again. Like your Pokemon's still holding that item. It doesn't like disappear or anything like that. You get it back. He's always holding that item. Okay. But I'm building my team, and it's taking me some time. And the reason I'm doing that, and I'm building a new team from scratch, and the reason I'm doing that is because some new rules, I guess, came out. I spoke about this in the first episode too, and I guess I was wrong. So let me first off apologize. But apparently some rules have been known for a little while now, and people just disregarded them. And I don't play at the competitive level where I'm going to Worlds or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But if it's a rule for that, I want to follow the rules. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? I want to do it the right way. I want to do it how the pros do it. That's how I do everything. I don't like cheating, you know? And there was a world competition for Pokemon. It happens once a year. And this year's world competition was, for the first time, I believe, in Japan. and a lot of pros got disqualified from the competition. A lot of them. And they got disqualified for cheating. And how they were cheating was they were using hacked Pokemon that they were getting in the game. Basically, they were building this Pokemon on a website. They were giving it its specific stats that they wanted. They were even giving it the abilities that they wanted, the IVs, EVs, the attacks, the moves. They were making it shiny if they wanted to. They were making it whatever level they wanted to. And you could even give it whatever held item you wanted to hold. So they were literally building their team overnight, going out to compete. And the way you got disqualified was if you had more Pokemon that were modded. The correct word in the VGC community, they call it genned Pokemon. So if you had enough genned Pokemon where you couldn't compete on your team, you got disqualified. If you only had like one genned Pokemon, you just couldn't use that genned Pokemon.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question.
They got rid of that Pokemon.
Only two, and like.
But here's the thing: since it's so competitive and these teams are so thought out and well prepared, if you're down that one Pokemon, none of those people who had like one or two Pokemon missing from their team made it to day 2.
Of course not.
None of them.
Prepared to use the ones that they were forced to use. And
Yeah.
like you said, they didn't build their team
And
accordingly, so the other ones may have been counterintuitive.
you want to know something wild about it?
What?
So every single one of them has like a Twitter account or like a social media that has like a following because they're all professional Pokemon players, and like people who are playing the game kind of like look up to them and things like that.
Yeah.
Not one of them considered what they were doing cheating, and they were like, the Pokemon company needs to change. We're all gonna strike, and I don't agree with that. I just want to say that.
I mean, I agree with you on that. I mean, I don't think that they can really stand too tall on that on that argument, because you literally put it together and anybody can do that.
So
It's just it goes with the strategy of how well they play those and how well they know the game, but everybody else has to spend hours and hours.
So what's funny is that they had a new technology that was able to check for this type of Pokemon in the game, and they weren't telling anybody that they had it, and they weren't telling anybody how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I don't agree with. If
No,
they allowed it before,
I do agree with it, because how are you going to catch a cheater
Look out the frauds.
it
unless
wasn't illegal before.
So here's the thing, though. I've done my research on this now. so it's been a rule for a little while. It's just everybody disregarded it. And people have been getting disqualified from regional tournaments because of this. Most recently, a bunch of people in Korea got disqualified in their finals for using modded Pokemon. In the rules for the World Tournament in Japan, it clearly stated somewhere that they may be checking for like genned Pokemon, essentially. Not in that wording, but it says that. And it says that it's illegal to use in play. So like if they're professionals, they should be reading the rules and knowing the rules for the tournament that they're getting visas for and spending thousands of dollars to travel for. And then here's the even crazier part to me. Some of them were like, you needed to go like 5-2 to qualify to the day 2 or whatever. Some of them were like 5-1 when they got disqualified. When finally somebody was like, "Hey, let's check your stuff."
Oh, dude, it's like a deck check.
Horrible.
Exactly. It 100%. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, let's check these decks real quick mid-game.
Oh, he's got New Year's End new beginnings in it.
Why is Scott coming in here?
Deadly does look homeless. Deadly was at my apartment last week, and I thought he was looking for a place to stay,
Yeah, we're
Thought he was asking me. Thought he was asking me for some loose change.
Just digging through your couch. All I found was a binky.
But so literally, some of these Twitter posts have me actually like laughing, where they're like, "I've worked so hard to get here." It's like, no, you hacked your Pokemon. You took the easiest, quickest road to get there. You didn't do what I'm doing right now to get there.
The accomplishments they were able to achieve prior to this rule or prior to this problem that they're occurring took them a long time and a lot of practice. You know what I mean?
That's like saying you have like every card in Magic memorized, but you don't know how to build a deck. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. You know how to play the game. You know how all the cards work, but like, you can't build a deck for shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing the work.
They are going on the website and know exactly what to build, or they're copying and just, going through the motions, which I'm sure is a thing as well.
And here's something that I don't agree with also. Again, they're professional players. They have enough money to travel to Japan to do this tournament. They have sponsors, most of these people. Most of them have like sponsored YouTube channels or like, different things like that, blogs, all this type of stuff. Some of their Twitter posts and social media posts were like, I don't even own the game where you could get that Pokemon and trade it in. It's like, how are you a professional Pokemon player and you don't own one of the what? it's one of the older games that's like $40 right now. Or like you just flew to Japan. You can't cough up $40 to get a Pokemon.
But how old is it? Because up until the recent gen, Pavilion was last available in XY, so you had to have a DS. You had to put it in the Pokebank. You had to then upgrade from Pokebank to Pokemon Home to then get it into your recent gen, and you still couldn't use it.
So since like some updates, they allow a lot of old Pokemon in the game, and so VGC also has seasons, I guess is a way to put it, where like certain Pokemon are now legal that were not legal, and they allow new Pokemon in and things like that. So you can use a lot of old Pokemon right now and everything, but specifically the Pokemon that are powerful right now in VGC specifically are Urshifu, which you can only get from the expansion pack in Sword and Shield. So if you want to get that right now, it's maybe like $60 or $70 total. Which,
or you just trade me.
Yeah, or you can trade with people as long as it's like legal. As long as they're not trading you with Gen Pokemon, you're good. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you, my Urshifu is legit if you need one.
I do need one, but I have Shield and I plan on replaying it, so I'll hold out. That's where I'm going with this. I'm replaying these games to get the right Pokemon and trade myself Pokemon, and I've been doing that, and I've been enjoying myself. It actually gives the game more purpose once you beat the game. It's like, oh, you can keep playing this. This is the loophole. This is like the flashing lights on the fucking slot machine. You know what I mean? It's fun to just go back and do these things. To train your Pokemon. You need a lot of stuff to do that, and it makes it so you're grinding. I like to grind in games. That's just how I am. I like to spend time, lose myself, get out of reality, and immerse myself in something. And training my Pokemon takes hours. So Urshifu is a very powerful one, and Ursaluna is a very powerful one, which is the final evolution of Teddy Ursa, which is
a bitch to get.
Yeah, you can only get it in Legends Arceus, which thank God I got to where I was and I finished Legends Arceus when I found all this news out. So I traded myself some Teddy Ursas from one game into Arceus because I already had a bunch of them that I know I caught. There weren't any gent or anything like that. So I traded them to myself in that game. And what you have to do is you have to have something called like a pallet block or something like that.
You have to like dig for it.
You have to dig for it, ironically, by riding Ursa Luna. And so you have to find it by like just running through the map and kind of like using like almost like a metal detector at the beach type of thing. And you find this thing, and then you have to go to a whole nother region of the map, and you have to wait for a full moon. And there are lunar cycles the same way there are in real life. So I have to go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, and wait for this full moon. So it took me about 8 hours my first time to get my first Ursa Luna. But luckily, before I did my first one, I made sure I had 2 of those blocks.
Nice.
And the second one to evolve, I got that full moon on my first try.
Nice.
So it took me like 5 minutes for the second one. So that kind of worked out. So it was basically 8 hours for 2 of them in a way. But so what I do is I train them using candies. I train them using mints, which will change their nature. If I need their traits that they're born with to change, you could give them bottle caps via a trainer in a region. You have to find the guy, and he'll train your Pokemon if you give him bottle caps.
Okay.
And then if you need to get rid of stats, that's when you use berries. But how you give them their actual like attack bonus, how you give them their special attack, all that stuff, it's literally just like the HP ups, the attack ups, those like things that you get in the game. And those increase it by 10. So like if you want 170 attack, you would give it 17 attack ups. But if you want 172 attack, which you can get that specific, and you do get that specific when you're building them, feathers only go up by 1. So you can find feathers throughout the map that will also give bonuses to each one of those specific things. What's up, Dr. Frost? How you doing, man?
Frosty.
Frosty.
But yeah, so I've been training my Pokemon, and I've been training. The reason I made 2 of the Ursa Luna was because I made 1 for the VGC for my team, but I made 1 for Terra Raid battles as well, which are totally different. You need to build them completely different for Terra Raid battles. And the reason I did that is because you kind of need to do Terra Raid battles to build your Pokemon team. What Terra Raid battles are deadly is once you beat the game, kind of. You can do it before you beat the game, actually, but like for weaker ones. But once you beat the game, you face like these monster Pokemon, and you can face it with up to 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you beat them, and it takes a while to beat them, it's hard to beat them. Sometimes you don't beat them. You get a lot of rewards. So like you beat one of these guys, you get like 5 extra large candies, maybe some rare candies, some bottle caps even. You get literally the shit you need to train your Pokemon. And in this game specifically, you can change the Terra type of your Pokemon. So if you're a bug type Pokemon, you could hit a button, and you can only do this to 1 Pokemon throughout the match in VGC. But you can change it from like bug type to a steel type, and that's only for defense wise.
Doing Arden.
So I usually do it one of 2 ways, where I have its Terra type. Either if something's like really strong against it, I'll have it go with what it's immune to, what's really strong against it. So if like the thing I'm using is very weak to fire type, I would make the Terra type maybe water, something like that. Or it also, if it has like same type Terra bonus. So if I'm using a very powerful flame attack, maybe I want it to be Flame Terra, because it will get an attack bonus from using the same type. So I use it one of 2 ways strategically for me, but there's other ways people do it as well. But when you do those Terra raid battles, you also win Terra shards for the Terra type of that Terra battle. So if you're battling something that has Dark Terra, and you know that by just looking at the map, it'll be like, hey, there's a Dark Terra raid here. Hey, there's a Electric Terra raid here. Hey, there's a Psychic Terra raid here. You get the shards for that Terra type. You need 50 of those shards in order to change your Pokemon's Terra type. So you've got to be doing these like Terra raids to like level up your Pokemon and train them how you want for VGC.
Not if you got a gen, right?
What's that?
Not if you got a gen. Right?
So here's the truth, though. I mean, I've said it too. Like, I have some gen Pokemon. I've used some gen Pokemon. How I taught myself how to play VGC was building a team with gen Pokemon.
You know what to look for. You know what you want.
I don't regret doing that because I didn't know how to play the game, and it helped me learn the game. I almost looked at it as like the trainer decks or like the starter decks, the theme decks, like that type of thing that like trading card games have. Like, they're not competitive decks or anything like that, but like it's a deck that somebody else built, and it's nice to use, and you can learn the game by playing it. I took a team of Pokemon that somebody else built, and I took it, and I, just ran with that to learn how to play these double battles that I'm not used to because I've only done single battles my whole life, pretty much, by playing the game and everything like that. And it's a whole different experience. So I don't regret doing it, but I'm going to follow the rules now that I know them. Like I said.
Don't be a cheater.
Yeah.
Cheater.
You're a cheater. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Cheater.
But also the truth is that it only really matters if you're playing at a competitive level. If you do want to use gen Pokemon, that's kind of up to you.
No, it's cheating.
So I can go.
I think
I'll still judge people.
People with them.
What's that?
So I can like go online and battle people with them, and it's completely fine because they haven't like banned it from the game. But if I'm doing like competitive, they're gonna check, or they may check.
Yeah.
So okay. Cheater.
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 The whole reason I'm playing Pearl right now, because I honestly was gonna play here. So here. Let me just say this real quick. So I said this to Ian a few weeks ago. I was like, I lied to them. I said I was going to play Pearl, Diamond and Pearl next, but I think I might actually play Metroid Prime Remastered instead.
Sure.
I was like, I think I lied to him. Ian was like, fuck it, just tell him that you decided to play this instead. So literally that night, I think, I opened up Metroid Prime. I got through to like the first checkpoint, and for some reason it didn't save my file, and when I reopened it, it started everything over again. and I was like, I'm not doing this opening scene again right now. I'm just gonna start Pokemon, I guess. Like, fuck this. I was like upset that it didn't save my like 2 hours that I started playing. And I don't know why it did. And here's my honest opinion. That's my first Metroid experience, really.
You have to get to like a save point.
Well, I did though. I did. But it's a worse Doom.
No, get the fuck out.
It's a worse Doom.
Absolutely not.
How not?
It's a classic. It's Nintendo, first of all.
Yay, Nintendo.
I'm really upset right now. It's so good. Samus Aran. You can't compare Samus Aran to Doom. Okay.
Dude, it's a boring Doom. That's
Doom. It's a Doom.
Isn't it like strategy based? Like half of it should be strategy based, where you're trying to climb up. It's like almost like
it's a platformer and shooter.
Yeah. Matt doesn't like its strategy games. He just wants shoot and kill. That's exciting.
That's Doom.
That is Doom. Doom
That's
is
like-
exciting.
We called it a more boring Doom because now he doesn't get to just shoot and kill. He has to like think and do stuff.
Yeah,
And then
Doom,
go kill something.
you gotta remember where certain points are once you get the upgrades to the suit and the grappling hook and the bombs and everything. Yeah.
MJ, did you ever play the game Portal?
no.
You should.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
That's
still hate it.
they're on
You
Switch.
play it here. I want to watch you get frustrated.
No, I really think I'm gonna get very frustrated when I eventually play Pikmin 4.
Probably.
Which I own it. I've never played a Pikmin before, and I feel like it's gonna frustrate me. Just like I was talking about this with somebody today, they were like, "Bro, how come you told me to buy Tears of the Kingdom? This is the worst game I've ever played." They're like, "I can't even get off like the opening island. They can't figure out the shrines." I'm like, yeah, for somebody who doesn't know and like has never played Zelda before and like doesn't understand puzzles, like this is a puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be my experience in Pikmin. I feel like.
That's what happened to me because I had Breath of the Wild, like the first one that came.
Yeah, you gave up on that. You never even
because of the same thing. I was like, "What am I supposed to do?" And you're supposed to like get meat and get veggies and make stew, and then you're like, "What am I doing right now?"
You're making a fucking stew.
I had to make a stew, and I was like, "I'm not doing this." Like, and then on top of it, like I like would get to these like
Shut up and eat your stew.
shrines or whatever, and I'd have to do something, and I never knew what to do. And then there was these things that I couldn't kill, and then I was another thing like I like would ride
just
my
get
horse,
better.
shot me off the horse, and I was just like, and I couldn't kill it, and I was like, I'm done. At this game.
That's the game. that's the game, man.
That's the game.
You're just describing Zelda.
I know. Did you like God of War?
What's that?
Did you like God of War?
I love God of War.
That's a
The
puzzle.
new ones or the old ones or both?
I like all of them.
All right.
The only ones I haven't played are the PSP one. I think there's one or two on the
Kings of
PSP.
Olympus and Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah, I haven't played those. And I owned a PSP. I just didn't know they existed until like a few years ago.
They re-released them on the PS3 at one point.
Oh, really? And I didn't own that either.
They go now anyway. But I'm in the middle of Ragnarok right now.
How do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I love story-based games.
Me too. That's why I love Zelda.
Background. Techno music.
It's our 8-bit music. Yeah.
Are you just noticing?
Yeah, I thought it was the Level Lounge music.
Well, it is.
I heard something talking, and I was like, "Am I hearing stuff?"
It's the same music from the opener.
So I haven't played that one.
Ragnarok? But
No, I haven't.
you just got more?
So I started Ragnarok. This is what happened. This is when I still had my PS5. My brother-in-law, who I sold my PS5 to, he like came over. He had his own PlayStation account and everything like that, and because he had PS4, and he logged in and he had the PS4 version, and he was able to download it and pay like $10 extra to just get the PS5 version or something like that downloaded on my PS5. So I was able to play it for like a week or two, and then something happened where like I guess he made his PlayStation 4 again like his main console at his house or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't access it anymore. I didn't have the permissions and stuff. So I literally tried to like boot it, and it was like, you don't own this. So shortly after is when I gave it to him. So I was like, he wanted to play it on the PS5. So I was like, here, I'll sell it to you for the best deal you'll ever get on a PS5. And yeah, he's been enjoying it ever since, but I didn't get to finish it. I got literally like, I know how those games are. I got like 6 or 7 hours in. So I was probably like 9% through the game. Because even when I beat the story in the first God of War, I was like 27, 28 hours in. And when I looked at the percentage of the game, I was at like 20%. I was like, damn. Because there's all the side quests and little missions and all those other things that you got to do.
Yeah.
How are the graphics on it comparable to the first one?
I'd hope better. I guess I haven't compared them side by side. Graphics are interesting because, like, I think back to games I played growing up. Like, I think back to Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, right? I don't remember it being bad, but you go back now and you're like, this is bad.
Dude, I'm playing GoldenEye here and there.
Oh God, that's
talk about bad graphics, dude.
The hands are all.
The guns are awful. The guns graphics are awful. But here, let me ask this, and I want both of your opinions on this. What do you think is more important for a video game? Graphics or like art design and like a good direction for the art type of thing?
Story.
Because I personally don't care if it's like huge open world, perfect graphics and whatever that tracing is. I don't even know all the terms and all this stuff. I just want it to like be a beautiful game that's fun to play. And if it's that style, has a good story. If it's a story game, has a good story. There are a lot of games that don't, like some of the Pokemon games don't have good stories. But I like there to be a good story if there is a story, but I don't care about here's something I really hate. When everybody's like, the graphics are amazing, I love them, they're super, and then I'm playing the game and I'm like, everything's so dark, I can't even see anything. Like, cool, you did so well on the shadows that I can't fucking see shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So clearly I'm a story kind of guy because
you like The Last of Us and stuff.
So good.
Yeah, I did play that one. That was good, but it's definitely story because I grew up with Nintendo, and Nintendo was not known for their crazy good graphics. You know what I mean? Like, it was like storyline, game based. Like, it was fun and interactive, but like
they had cool art and like direction with their art, and I like that. Like, they weren't trying to do crazy things. They were like, here's Paper Mario.
Yeah. Like, you want to play video games? We're paper.
Yeah, and like, there's currently games that are coming out.
Well,
I haven't played this game, so I don't know anything about it. But like Octopath Travelers and stuff like that. There's a second one that just released recently. They're like almost like 8-bit, but 3D. Like, they're almost like bringing back like some of like that old school like Final Fantasy style. Where you're like almost like pixelated again type of thing, right. But maybe the background is like 3D and stuff. I think that's awesome. Like, I don't care. You don't need to look exactly like a human being, you know, things like that. Like, I don't care if you're a cartoon character, as long as it's cool and the story's good.
Yeah.
A good example for me is, Ian, have you played Hades?
No, I haven't. I've been told I should.
Oh my gosh, you're missing out.
I do think graphics aren't important because there's so many games that have come out that look graphically, pleasing or great that are just bad mechanics. Bad. Like No Man's Sky when it came out, right? It promised all these great graphics, and then you get it, and it's like all the worlds are like the entire world that you go to is barren and looks the same. And you had Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, you had Cyberpunk 2077, which promised great graphics and like this really robust world, and then like they couldn't deliver.
Both those games got updates, though, I believe.
Eventually, yeah, and there's a sign that they weren't ready to be released, really, and that's with the video game industry in general. Nintendo doesn't generally do that, but
they did with Pokemon.
True. Did they ever fix performance issues, or did they just move on to the next one?
No, they never fixed them.
Yeah,
this
is that ship it.
There is rumors that maybe there'll be a big update with like the DLC releases, but who knows? I don't see how they wouldn't be able to patch it. I feel like they should be able to do something to fix it and make it better, where we could all do an update. I feel like we're at that place in technology now where that's doable.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're doing it or not, though. I hope they do. That's the only complaint I have with the game, honestly. And you even see those issues in VGC when you're online.
Really?
Sometimes depending on your Pokemon, you don't even see your Pokemon.
It's there.
He might be like too big and like off to the side or something, or like the ground is like your Pokemon's half in the ground, or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, you even get those graphical issues on the VGC side. But you can play. I forgot to mention this for VGC. You can play non-ranked or ranked, and I believe the ranked battles will give you points to be able to like be eligible to go to like regional tournaments and stuff like that. I think you need to like be a certain level to like qualify, type of thing, and you get like official points in Pokemon, and then the more tournaments you do, you could qualify for like your country's tournament. USA has one, a bunch of countries do, and you could qualify for like Worlds on top of that. And you see a lot of the same people at the same events, just like you see in every other competitive industry. There's like the pros of the circuit, you know what I mean? I do want to say I do follow a bunch of them on YouTube, and if anybody's like looking to learn the game, there's some that explain like team breakdowns and stuff. One that I really recommend is Cybertron. If you just like looked up Cybertron VGC, I think his name is really Cybertron Zhang. He's somebody who's qualified for Worlds, and he now like is actually the like the announcer. I don't know what you would call it. He'll be like the English person who's like when they're streaming it and everything, he's the one who's like speaking and everything. So he's really cool. He has a YouTube channel, and he's who helped me learn the game a lot. He shows like what team is like. He'll literally like make a video a week or maybe more than one, and whoever's like ranked first right now in the ranked league, he takes like their team and breaks it down, and like why did they choose these moves, and how did they train their Pokemon, and and like why did they do this, and how come these ones go well together and they don't have these guys instead, and it explains how to play better. So I really recommend, if you're looking to play, like check out some other YouTube channels that break down that information way better than I will here. But I want Deadly to get Pokemon Violet. I really do. Or Scarlet, actually. You should get Scarlet so you could trade me the ones that I need.
Just an idea for you.
Here, let's hear it.
If you buy it, I will play it. It's a good deal, right?
I mean, it's not the worst deal in the world.
You get a friend on the virtual Pokemon world.
But you're going to have to beat the story first. That's the thing.
Do you have to beat the story first to do VGC?
No, you don't have to. You need to be able to get your Pokemon to level 50, because they automatically go to 50 when you're battling in ranked. Like, even if your Pokemon's level 100, it goes down to 50.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you can't control Pokemon that are level 50 yet, like you can't train them to that, and stuff like that. So yeah, you just got to be somewhere in the story. But if you want to do the Terra raids, you might want to beat the story.
Yeah.
Which I highly recommend. I actually love the story in the new one. I don't want to give it away for anybody who hasn't played like Deadly, but I thought what the new thing was, in besides the Terra, like I spoke about, but like the new thing with like Ian knows, with like Area Zero and stuff like that, I thought it was really cool. And I thought what differentiated Scarlet from Violet, I thought that was really cool too. How they were different from one another.
Oh yeah, different professors.
Yeah, the different professors and what they were doing, where they were.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. One of my friends had he was thinking about like, what do you think the new Legends game is going to be that they make after he just bought Legends Arceus, because I was talking about how I enjoyed it and everything. And he was like, I wonder what the one is going to be that they make after Legends Arceus. He's like, maybe they'll make one, since this was the first Pokemon, maybe they'll make one for the last Pokemon. I was like, well, the last Pokemon's like 200 million years old now. So I don't know how they're going to do that.
We haven't been back to Johto in a while.
I would hope for that. Or Kanto.
We've been back to Kanto, though, with the Let's Goes.
True. I was like, when?
Oh, hey.
I just bought it today.
Yeah.
Like a game a day.
Pretty much.
Let's Goes are fun. You know, it was nice to go back to Kanto and then have a bit of a different gameplay. I mean, the same story and everything, right? But
I think that's the last Pokemon game Paul here played.
let's go.
Let's go Pikachu.
Let's go Pikachu.
That's what I got today.
That is the that's the last one I played, because it was literally a remake. It was 150 or 151. I don't know if they even had
151. You got Mew from the ball. If you got the ball.
I don't even know if I got it. To be honest, I don't even know if I beat the game. All I know is I finished the story.
You know what I hate more than a liar?
What do you mean? I just said the truth. Someone who tells me the truth, and I hate that. I hate the answer.
You didn't beat no game. You never finished no game in your life.
I feel like there is a game that I did finish, but no, I think like Blue and Yellow, 100%. Like went through and did every last thing. The Yellow one, I think I did.
So Deadly. Ian and I were talking today.
How are you?
And we're going to be playing the Pokemon trading card game app on our phones. And I very much think you should get into it as well. So maybe we could do some battles here on an episode one day and humiliate you.
Let's do it.
When you lose.
I think you'd be surprised if I spend any amount of time, I will be better.
Hey, I don't think you will be, so maybe we should put it to the test.
Let's do it. It's good. So the game's actually really easy to pick up. I played for the first time today.
Send me the link to the app.
I will. But yeah, I've said that for forever. I feel like Pokemon, the trading card game, is easy to play because it's more kid friendly. So for somebody who has like a Magic background or any other complex trading card game,
too. I played the card game.
Yeah, I know you have.
And the most recent I played with you, just playing. Maybe it was the online when we were living in like your.
I was in Fort Lauderdale at the time.
Yeah.
We literally bought code cards. Remember?
I don't think I bought any.
You bought them online. You bought the.
Maybe if it's online and you just press a button and you lose money, then I probably didn't.
Yeah, you did.
If I had to like buy something, get it, and then like type it in, I didn't do that.
Yeah, you bought some packs online because you don't need to, but like if you want to build what you want to build when you want to build it, you need to. You know.
Instant gratification costs money.
Exactly.
It does.
It does. But yeah, so I got some code cards I showed Ian. I'm going to scan some of them in, open some packs. It's a new thing now, Deadly. You can do it from your phone.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Send me the app.
I'm going to. Don't worry. I'm going to.
I still don't have it.
I'm not doing it right this second. but yeah, I'm actually kind of excited. I actually opened that Game Boy game, the trading card game, on Game Boy because it's on the Switch on that Game Boy port, Game Boy Color or whatever. It's pretty fun, you know. And that is the old school one. So that's literally the Game Boy game. So a lot of fun. So now I'm excited to play this. I haven't opened. I have this downloaded on my phone, but I haven't really opened and played it. I don't know why. I don't have a reason why, but now I have a reason why to open it and play it. And it's to beat you two.
Wow.
Yeah, you could call me Team Rocket because I'm just out here. I'm just out here to ruin everybody's lives.
So you're Team Rocket.
Yeah, I'm the leader of Team Rocket.
Who's me and you?
What's that?
Who are we?
You're just like those schmucks walking down the road trying to train your Pokemon.
So we're the weenie trainers?
The weenie trainers?
Yeah, you're like Ash and Ian's like Ash and you're like Misty.
Bro. Does that make sense?
I mean,
I'll be Brock even though you're Brock. You're Brock.
But it is what it is. I'm excited to play. I get pretty competitive. Yeah. And I don't know what the meta is in Pokemon right now, and I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to play the game on the phone.
Cards you like.
Exactly. And I'm going to see what I like and go from there.
I'm curious to see if we can get it up on the screen here too, and figure that. Or if we have to do like.
We will. We have Eden here.
I feel like there's
digital and anything that has anything to do with computers, it will be done because of it.
So I feel like it'll be easy using like OBS and just like plugging our phones into our computer or something like that. Maybe you could use it as like a just like a video capture source or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like we'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, it's something to look forward to. We also want to try to figure out how to play regular games on here. Ian figured it out. Deadly and I don't know what we're doing, but eventually. But yeah, I don't. Actually, I do. I was gonna say I don't know if I have any other topics. I signed up for Dark Tower.
Nice.
I signed up. It's way further than I thought it was from my house.
Yeah.
How far?
7 hours.
He's driving.
I think I'm still going to do it. I think I'm still going to head out there. We got an Airbnb ready to go. I think I'm going to head out there, compete with some teammates.
It's funny. I've told you, MJ, we talked about it at your house.
Mm-hmm.
I have a company picnic on the 30th of September in West Virginia, like probably 20 miles from Point Pleasant. So MJ told me, he's like, you're going there for the whole week, right? I was like, I don't know about that, but maybe, because my buddy lives out there and I could go stay with him. He lives like, I don't know, I looked at the map, it's literally like 20, 25 miles.
Yeah.
If you could make it out there, whether you're playing or not, I think you should go out there because there's something, I forget the number, but there's something like 200,000 people that are going to Mothman Fest. Like it's probably a cool event either way, you know.
It's definitely going to be one of the better ones, guaranteed.
The tournament is going to be wild. I built my first practice deck. I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't practiced with it yet, but I have it built, and I got to play with it before I know how I feel about it. But it's gonna be a crazy, and we don't know the terrors yet. That's also another thing. Yeah. But I think it's gonna be a crazy tournament. And I'm kind of excited to compete again in a way, you know.
I just got rid of a bunch of stuff, so I got rid of a bunch of staple stuff that like you need to play with.
No, like what?
So I sold all my prisms. That's pretty.
All of them?
You didn't keep 2?
I still have 2.
Not bad.
Wow, dude.
And
he's like Matt's got 7. So
you do? Perfect.
I have at least 7 of them. I think
I sold 2 of my 7.
They're going like $40, give or take. And then I sold both my mailmen
I don't have the heart to get rid of them, dude.
Those I probably could have held on to, but yeah.
I can't get rid of stuff I know I could use to play with because I don't know. I go through phases. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna compete in Dark Tower. I'm gonna compete in Caster Cup. I don't know if I'm gonna play much in between or after. You know what I mean? But who's to say 6 months down the road I'm not like all in again? Yeah,
Right.
you know, I go through phases with stuff.
I get that, but I think honestly, like, I'm probably phasing into something else. Like, my concentration, and I do have space for a game. It's going to be something different right now. For the time being. We'll see where I'm not going to never say I'm never doing something ever again, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely, you send me the link to that Pokemon like on my phone and, I'll check it out and maybe I'll start looking at it and start messing around. And that's something I started.
You could be like Ian and do that instead of work.
I like having a job, so I need to do my work.
Deadly, you wake up at what time and get out of bed at what time? And
I woke up at 7 o'clock today.
Oh wow!
Got up. Yeah. Not everybody has to be somewhere. I don't have to be anywhere. So
yeah, exactly. You work from your bed.
Can potentially, yes, but healthy, and it forms problematic. Whatever, it's a problem. Don't do it.
Mental health issues.
Yeah, problematic habits. So wake up early, do something physical for yourself, and then play video games.
Yeah.
Words from Deadly.
Yeah.
We can do one of those at the end of every words of wisdom from Deadly.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I'll keep all of you guys from.
We need weekly words of wisdom from you, Deadly.
The Cartman playing World of Warcraft. I will keep you from being mad if you just listen to a little bit of my advice.
Wisdom is directly proportional to the size of your beard.
Mom, more hot pockets.
Mom, I have to go to the bathroom. Number 1 or number 2, Cartman? Number 2.
That episode is wild.
He just shits all over.
That episode was wild.
It's so good. Oh my god! To think that there's actually, not to maybe that extent, but there's actually people pooping their pants to play World of Warcraft.
I want to check something out real quick too before I say something. I don't know if it was in the public chat or a private chat. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know. It would be. No, I don't know which chat it was, so I don't want to say it.
We're supposed to redeem these tomorrow?
What's up?
We're supposed to redeem these tomorrow? I don't know which box it's in, but it's in one of the boxes.
Oh, we are supposed to redeem those tomorrow.
Debatable.
They've said that twice already.
Yeah.
But apparently they've tested the software and it's all working and we're good to go.
They gave us an update saying it was good. I thought.
If you can see that code, it's yours.
Is anyone even watching?
But I have one of them. I have one of them. I have some Ethereum in there. I plan on, I guess, getting it.
Do you need Ethereum? Do you have to?
I guess the one's free. Right? You probably need some gas fees or something.
Probably need gas fees. Yeah.
Come on.
I got 4.
I
got 1.
I'm probably gonna redeem them.
I'm gonna redeem most of them too.
Yeah.
So
and immediately put them up on the market and hopefully someone will buy them.
So,
but technically, it's going to be, I think, similar to the other ones where it's like a little egg. You're not going to see your actual traits or anything.
It's gotta be minted at another date or whatever.
So now it's just like a.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
Who knows what it is? We'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
I'm gonna
because he said he's excited to show us like a new beastie or something like that.
There's like a new mascot.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe we will see what they are tomorrow.
Here we go.
But I want to ask Ian when we're going to make anything Legions of Will related, because I'm actually excited to play this game.
Right now.
What's that?
You want to make one right now?
Make
got
one
you.
what?
I got you. We'll make a
You got
Legion.
me-
We'll make a video right now.
He's got you.
Oh, you're going to open a single pack?
Should I open a single pack?
Do it. Maybe you got a secret rare in there.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to be able to rip that open. Have you not opened these before, dude?
No, but I'm going to.
He's trying to rip a Chaos Ascension pack.
What an idiot.
Oh, really? Am I an idiot?
All those cards are wrecked right now.
Are they?
He's doing it off camera for a reason.
No.
Oh my gosh. Those
I did
poor
pretty
cards.
good.
Those poor cards.
Still got one more little.
Not good enough.
There we go. Oh,
Deadly, are you interested in playing that game at all? Because I'm very much interested in playing this game.
I guess.
I guess.
Oh, I know what you were looking up now.
Who? Who are you talking about?
You're looking up the Legions of Will thing, whether or not it was public.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
No, it was in the private content creation. I don't know if we got permission to say it.
Yeah, so I'm not saying nothing.
Ian,
But I'm-
you know this game the best. Tell me if these are good.
Not yet. Not
So
yet.
there was somebody else that asked in that chat. They said, "Let me know if I can tease about the mini set." Oh, I just said it. And then Anthony said, "You can tease."
What is this?
Ooh, that's your hollow. It's a rare too.
I have that one. I think. Is that a secret rare one?
I think it's just a regular rare.
Oh, is it a regular rare?
Check. What's the number on it?
204 out of 255. Oh, it
That's
says R. As a
Yeah.
rare.
Wah, wah.
Nothing good?
Nothing great.
Womp, 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 womp.
So we can talk about it, he said, huh?
I don't know anything about it though. It's just
Ooh,
It's
name.
so it's a
cards.
so all right, let me go to that chat.
Another
then.
name.
It's got a nice hollow like texture to it.
So let's see. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So there's gonna be a mini set coming out that it's sold in like those kind of like we were talking about before, the VMAX Climax, how like those come.
Yep.
And like the Japanese style little like booster boxes. It's gonna be 10 packs. They're gonna sell for 66 MSRP. It's a 66 card set and 6 secret rares for a total of 72 cards in the set, including the secret rares. Hollow and non-hollow variants for the main 66. So if you're trying to complete all of them, that would be 66 times 2, and then the other 6.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah. But that's something I like about Legions, though, is like you could get any of their cards in hollow or non-hollow, pretty much.
I don't like parallel hollows. It's too much to collect.
You don't like that?
No, I hate parallel hollows. Pokemon does the same thing with the reverse hollows. It's too much.
See, I like it for someone who likes to bling out their decks. It's like, oh, I could get all hollows.
Ugh, no, I like hollows to be special.
I get that. I do. I do. Because that's what they were when we were growing up. So I get that. But, like, I don't know. I'm somebody who, like Deadly was saying, wants that instant gratification. You know,
Shiny.
I like the shiny. I like the shiny.
It was shiny.
But I keep wanting to build a deck for this game, and I just have nobody to play it with. So
I gotta open another booster box because I did not. I usually, I just haven't had the time to do any videos. Is really kind of what it's coming. I should just open boxes until I have my deck, and we should just play off screen.
We should play. We should play off screen. You said.
No. I should open the boxes off screen because I just it takes time to set up and go through the opening and then.
Okay, so we'll decide this right now. No pack battle and just rip open my packs and build a deck.
I have 4 booster boxes here, so I could still do a pack battle, but I should probably.
Okay. All right, perfect. So this is your homework assignment for next week's episode, Ian.
Okay.
Start that process. Get some cards. Start building your deck.
Don't tell me what to do, Dad.
And then, if you have it built for next week, let's talk about your deck. I'll build a deck, and we'll talk about my deck. And then the following week, we could play a game. And Deadly, if you want a deck too, I got a bunch of cards. You could build a deck on TTS and let me know what you need.
Maybe.
Why not?
Just not committing.
All right, so Deadly could be the commentator on me beating Ian. Then
send you the link for that. You've gotten one game out of me.
Jesus Christ!
I'm very I can't play 20 million games all at once. I can't do it. My mind doesn't work like that. I need to concentrate on one thing.
You could barely play one game.
Exactly. So you think I could just spread my attention to a million different things?
Why not?
I can't do it.
I mean, if I can, it's possible.
Try harder.
MJ.
Exactly.
I can't explain it, but you apparently can. No one knows why or how, but MJ has adopted. I don't know. Brain doesn't work.
I have a superpower, but it's the worst superpower in the world.
Just, 5 video games at one time.
I could survive on 1 hour sleep a day, and I can multitask and play different games. And but all right, I'm really excited for Legions of Will. I don't know why. The cards get me hyped. I got some stuff from Anthony, the creator of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually already gave some stuff away.
Hey, look at you. What a great guy.
I was so excited about it that I gave a buddy of mine who's into Pokemon. I gave him the Giants deck. And we have it planned where either this weekend or next weekend I'm going to meet up with him at some point and we're going to play some games together.
Nice.
All right.
And then I had 2 other friends that play Magic together all the time. And I was like, hey, you guys play Magic together all the time. Why don't you check this game out instead?
MJ.
What's up?
I'm fully aware of your opinion of this game, but
Cryptic. How'd I know?
Steam decks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to open them now because they're Kickstarters.
Well, you bought me decks before, and I still haven't seen those yet. So for other games,
What did I buy you?
you bought me a Cannabeast deck, and
Oh yeah, I opened that.
and I still don't have it, and I never played a game, and I don't have any cards. And you were supposed to.
Cannabeast is it's a laid back, fun-ish game.
So is Legions, though. I think.
No, that one's gonna be extremely competitive. So basically the way that they did it was, so anyone that's played a trading card game knows that you need resources of some sort, like Magic, it's land, Pokemon energy, and then MetaZoo, Aura. They do every single card doubles as a resource. So every card you have in your hand. So when you start, you automatically will have some. It's just strategy because they're color coded, and you need to use specific colors for specific cards. So I personally think that it is by far one of the most creative ways to do a game because it doesn't take away the aspect of needing resources, but it takes away the aspect of not getting mana screwed, getting land screwed, whatever, not having the right. And yes, you can mess up by being like, okay, I need this green one here this turn, but later on the game you threw one out instead, and you played it instead of using it as the resource, and you're just like, I could have done that differently in the beginning, and I probably would have came out ahead, something like that. But I personally think it's a really, really cool concept, and
So,
hit the nail on the head with that.
have you looked at Lorcana at all?
Nope.
Lorcana does a similar thing where the cards in your hand, some of them have an icon. But I think you can build your deck around it. That you can put it in your inkwell, and then you basically sacrifice that card to your resource pool.
Is Lorcana out to public yet?
Tomorrow for LGSs, and then wide release for like Best Buy and major retailers on September 1st.
Oh snap!
So it's coming right out.
Best Buy.
I'm gonna get some starter decks we should play.
I'm actually interested. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. So
I'm not gonna go all in, but I'm interested in playing the game to see how it is and everything.
All right. So this is what we'll do. You guys can do your legions. Like maybe I'll jump in and play that as well. I should. Okay, I'll play it as well. I'm not going to say it's going to be the one that I commit to and want to play, but I will also send you guys cryptic decks. So you guys will have starter decks, and then you will try and combine, like if someone able to get Lorcana, grab a couple and then send them to each other, and then we'll all play those, and then we will figure out which one is the most, enjoyable for us.
Then when Nom Nom comes out,
We'll do that too. We could
we're
just
all playing Nom
you know
Nom.
what? We are the official playtesters of already played games. We will test your games. Send us your. We'll test them for you. We may not know how to play, but we will play them.
Yeah, games that have already existed. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Send us theme decks.
Send us thing back.
Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, everything. We'll play it.
Is there one theme deck in here or two? I have Booster Brat.
There you go. We're playing
What is
Booster.
I have 2 theme decks. I gotta send one of you guys one of these.
Isn't what's the one that you play by yourself though?
That is Backrooms TCG.
See that one, I'm like, I'm all alone, so
I'm all alone with no one here beside
There's
me.
no friends.
I'm a big solitaire kind of guy. So
My problems have all gone.
should I leave the podcast now or?
We were doing fine without you.
You know how I said I started playing? I said I started playing with poker cards. You're like, this is not for you. Get out of here.
Poker cards. What even are those? Do they come in hollow?
Metazoos did.
I actually opened a pack of my gilded cards recently, and I'm like, I could use these for like game night.
I opened a regular pack because I didn't want to open. Actually, you want to know what? I think I opened a gilded. Hold on.
The regular packs you can't use because the hollow in the middle is like stand outing. Like you could clearly see where it is. But the gilded one, since the gilded one, they're all like the same.
Yeah. To be completely honest, and I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to like continue to shit talk, but like these weren't even that great of cards. Like I'm talking like I played a lot
poker player and shit. Yeah.
I played a lot of poker. I played a lot of cards. I've bought like really nice decks of cards. Like I've even bought the like plastic ones, people those slip and slide, so they're not the best. The grip on them are kind of shitty. But these like I feel like I'm gonna bend them. Like shit. Like they're just not that good. I'm sorry, Metazoo. You really didn't do so well on this. But
what company made them? What company made them again?
Faded Spade.
Yeah.
Traded Spade.
Faded Spade.
Should have gotten Bicycle.
100% Bicycle is premier. They're so good. Never would have signed on with Metazoo. They've been like, what? For you?
We've been doing this since the 1400s.
Hollow.
Is that Is that the Blob of Philadelphia?
Purple Blob.
That's my local cryptid, dog.
Is it? I guess it is because Philly.
That's my local cryptid.
From September 26th, coming right up, 1950.
50s. Okay. Yeah, I've read the story about him before. Since I moved here, I wanted to know. Basically, these cops actually were the ones that saw it. And these cops were like, what the fuck is that? And they're like shining their flashlight on it. And it was just like transparent purple blob that was moving across the street, apparently. They called up for backup. Some other cops saw it. So there was like more witnesses now. And then all of a sudden, the thing like vanished into the sky. So,
And
pretty
that
cool
story.
Yeah.
To it.
It's an alien. It's an alien. I'm pretty convinced.
Didn't you get a hollow one of these?
I did.
Yeah, you got
I still have it.
That's pretty good. Pretty good hit.
That's the only one I got. Like that was decent.
Yeah, I still have some other decks. I have my rainbow gilded, but kind of that one. Too.
That's all I have is the rainbow gilded. They're not even like rainbow.
They come with.
Oh, you haven't even like opened them at all.
No.
Well, all right. So we're gonna play some games. We're gonna build some decks, and we got some things to look forward to.
Yeah, if you want to check anything out, put it in the comment. Let us know. We would explore other things.
Ian's been very excited though for his cat deck for a while.
I know. It's been months.
So I'm excited to hear. All I know is that it's a cat deck. I don't know how it works and everything like that. So I want Ian to show it to us next week if he can. And I want him to explain to us how it works and everything. And I'll have a deck prepared with my own strategy.
I don't even have the cards for the cat deck yet, so we'll see if I even get them.
That's why it's your homework assignment to rip some packs and start trying to build it.
Yeah, maybe.
And Deadly, just keep being a bum, I guess. But Ian, you want to say anything before we close out this week?
Support Make-A-Wish.
Different podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't
support me. No. Obviously you still can.
Immortal Workshop is not a sponsor of this channel anymore, but I love Immortal. Support Immortal.
Yeah,
just support him.
Yeah.
All of his endeavors.
Go to Immortal's website, buy some cards from him, buy some binders from him. Awesome guy.
But not a sponsor.
He even usually sends personal notes in his packages, and I love that.
Yeah, he definitely was really nice the last time he said it.
If he knows you, he doesn't hold back the truth.
If he loves you.
The more offensive it is, the more he likes you.
So I was gonna say, since he didn't say, check out the description for this video, and you will see a link to Ian's channel, which is Cardboard and Coffee, where he makes his own content. So that's linked up there. And if you're not a member of our Discord, please join our Discord. That is linked on our main YouTube page. It should be linked in the description of this video as well. We have channels for multiple different topics, one of which is even letting us know what you want to talk about or want to hear us talk about, and you could contribute as well. But let us know what to talk about on this podcast. So, yeah, join the Discord. Let us know any opinions, thoughts, and topics, and contribute in some communities that may interest you. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody. Deadly, you got anything you want to say?
No, that's it.
Play Cryptic.
I don't even remember how to play. Like it's actually no. It's I've watched some videos on it, and it is a really good game. I'm telling you.
I
have more faith in that game than any game I've seen so far. I haven't really been paying attention to it, and I know like trading card games are kind of like in a lull right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that one, like the dynamic and the cards, like they did something right there.
I used to have a ton of it, and then I sold it all.
I know. Right after I told you I went, like I sold
sold
it
it
all.
all.
Yeah, I got a whole.
It was going for like a lot of money.
I got a lot of money for that case. I made my money back and then some. I think I made I netted $1,000 on what I bought.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's people play the game. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know what it's doing right now. If I look at the Discord or whatever.
I had the theme decks, and someone local bought them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just sold MetaZoo to somebody relatively local to me. It's like 2.5, 3 hours away.
Like I basically met this person in a parking lot, and we did a shady deal.
That's how I got my PS5.
Deals.
I made the person meet me at a police station though.
Yeah, of course you did, because you're good.
What?
$800.
Yeah. Well, I got the non-disc one, so it was cheaper, but
still,
I paid like $500 for it, which is like $100 more than what it was.
it was in Florida too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meet him at a police station if you're doing a deal like that.
Yeah, it was fine. The guy was cool. But that's it for this week, guys. Appreciate everybody watching. Check out the links in the description. Leave some comments, and yeah, let us know what you think. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we will catch you next week. Have a good one, everybody.